Hell yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now listening to the Talking Nonsense About Impact Wrestling podcast. Cross the line in 3, 2, 1.
What is good, my TNA Wrestling fam? Welcome to episode 150 of the TNAIW podcast. My name is Geoff, and alongside me are the Kushida and Alex Shelley to my Chris Sabin. Yeah.
Dibs on Alex Shelley.
I'm the only one with gold. That's the point. Anyways.
Aw,
boo. Speaking of gold, no. What's up, guys? Let's get into that. How you guys feeling? You excited to talk about Hard to Kill?
Johnny over here doing the Kushida shit. You thought you were slick, motherfucker.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time, right? That's where we're at. Yeah. All right. Well, if you guys have ever witnessed the Treehouse, this is gonna be a show. We'll shoot the shit. We'll go do a match by match review. We'll go over all the news, including some new stuff we're getting as they're taping right now. Spoiler free. But we'll still hit some stuff up. But first, we're gonna do some fun things here, guys. We are gonna talk about the championship belts. You guys know we're marks for that kind of stuff. And just to start this off with a good time, hopefully, in the meantime, buying some time for people to roll in the chat. If they don't, we understand. We're still gonna have a treehouse of 3 here. But we're gonna go into belts.
Treehouse without a lighter.
Well, why don't you get that together? Oh, you guys see my guys, by the way?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. AJ, who did not show up. Double J also didn't show up. And Shark Boy didn't show up. But expectations, we'll talk about it. That's not negative.
Whole time. It was on the floor the whole time.
Always is. No. There's a lot of positives. To talk about Hard to Kill. We're excited to talk about that. But we want to do this first, once again, just to have some fun in the meantime. All right, guys. So we're going to do this. We're going to do, hey, Millard in there. Lucha, Geoff, hey. And the other guy. Come on, man.
What's
it's
up?
Right there.
Hey, Johnny
he wrote, what's up, Johnny? Legend. He wrote it. He's a legend. He's a legend. This man shot AEW last night, okay? Woke up.
And Ring of Honor.
And Ring of Honor.
Ooh.
Did you have to get 2 separate passes?
And he still had enough time to watch Hard to Kill, like a real one.
That's my point. All right, guys. Off the rails already. I don't even know where I'm at. All right, so we're going to start with 6. We're going to start with our least favorite. And I said this off air, and I'm going to say it again for those watching at home. Saying this is my least favorite, or this is the 6th, you know what I mean? Like, it's, I don't know.
Someone's got to be last, bro.
I have a joke,
doesn't mean
but
it sucks.
There you go. I was going to, anyway. So number 6 for me is, I was going to take us to X-rated. Oh, perfect. 6 is the X Division title for me. Number 6. Too much going on. Still beautiful, but trying to involve too many eras. I feel like they just, beautiful, but tried. And with those plates, when it's just printed in, gets a little mushy. Anyways. Once again, I feel like I'm being Number 6 is that. Maybe I'll just say that instead of nitpicking them. Your guys, number 6?
I'm going to go with the Knockouts tag myself.
Okay. Lucha.
I agree with Geoff. Cause I'm gonna be a belt mark, a belt nerd right there with you, Geoff. If the belt plate is too like tall for me. If it would have been like more wider,
I see why they did the tall, because it has that old X peak, right?
But I was more for second gen.
IO in the house. The bells are wow. Yeah, no, that's once again disclaimer. No negativity here. I'll stay away from that analysis. We'll just say what number and what belt. But yeah, it's just, what's the best looking ones. But yeah, it's a fine line between this and then the Zima Ion, Trevor Lee age, where it's that weird, I just feel like Trent Beretta climbing for the X, that one, the blue one. Anyways, number 5 for me is actually Johnny's number 6. KO Tag is number 5. Johnny, you're number 5.
I'm gonna go with the men's tag for that one.
Okay.
I prefer the white straps. That's why it's a step above.
For the white straps, what? Wait, what?
Wait,
The white strap on the belt.
The
the men's
knockouts?
tag?
Wait.
The men's tag
the
is
white
red.
is on the. I thought. Well then,
Get
I
out
guess
of here,
we're slumping,
man.
right?
We're wasting 6
Yeah,
minutes
no,
of these
yeah.
people time.
Treehouse.
All right, let's burn
something.
through these. This is
Maybe.
this is crazy. Lucha, you're number 6
Let's get
or number
past
5. Excuse me, number 5.
5. My only argument for putting it as low as it is because it has the fucking Batman logo. It really looks like that belongs on George Clooney's chest,
No, that's
but
the
it's
wrong
still
Batman.
fire. It's Batman, but it's still fire though. It's just I can't get over the Batman thing. It's an upgrade. It's an upgrade from the flowery looking DMC.
I like them both. Let's do it this way. I'm just going to burn through my 4, 3, 2, 1. You guys as well, and we'll just save these people some time.
Deal.
My number 4 is the men's tag. 3 is the DMC. 2 is the men's world, and my number 1 is the KO world title. Lucha.
Let's see. My 6 was X. 5 was DMC. 4, the women's tags. 3, the men's tags. I like how both are the same yet different. Like from afar, like from a quick glance, they look the same. But once you zoom in on the picture and shit and look at it differently, you'll see that there's 2 different levels of detail in those. So I like that. 2's the men's, and then 1 is the knockouts for the simple fact of that white strap.
Yeah, there's the white strap.
The white
coming
strap is the only reason.
Johnny, can you do this?
We're sure gonna try and get it right. So I guess number 6 I got men's tag.
Okay.
Number 5 I got knockouts tag.
Okay.
4 knockout world title.
Okay.
3 DMC. 2 men's world, which leaves X belt for number 1. Totally opposite.
What is going? All right. Well, there's our thing. Well, they're probably not. Are they right? You're sure that X is your number 1? It's your favorite?
No. I know about that.
After we just said, I know about. I know.
Yeah, I know.
I know what I
think
like
you should
here.
on it.
I know what I.
But the DMC was a surprise. Like I like proportions. I don't know. It's cool.
It's different, man. It's different.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll talk about who that belt's on and much more coming up. Hope you guys enjoy that. The chat is lighting up. I see. I can't see what that says. Carl D72. The logo's in the way. Let me know. RK Shuttlesworth, good to see you again. Millard, of course, and Io. What's going on, guys? All right. And for those at home watching this on YouTube later, thanks for fast forwarding a little bit and sticking with us. No, we're gonna have some fun, but because first we're gonna talk about that. Right? Oh no, I had it right the first time. Right there, the Sell Us Back Our Tunnels Fund finally worked. It finally paid off. We got 1 tunnel. We got it in the corner there, a connect to set looking tunnel, but we got one nonetheless. I was overall pleased that it was there. I was happy that it was there. It needed to be there. Overall, the set in general, it's just boop boop. So maybe it gets more cohesive as we move on. But either way, a lot of the things we're going to see here that are positives were things they already announced, and now we're seeing the fruition of, or the look of the arena, which they've already been mastering since before this little break here with the banners and the stamps on the rings and all that stuff. So overall, I was pleased with it. Your guys' thoughts when you saw the tunnel and set?
Yeah, hey, I thought it had to deal with the stage itself wasn't too different. It kind of has to do with depending on what camera shot they went with, because if they had that long, crane shot or whatever, it was like it looked totally different. Like that view, almost like pandemic era. Like it was just very like until it got to the crowd, it just seemed like nothing going on around it.
I feel you.
But once they did a different shot from like by ringside, it's just like, oh, this is like any other ramp shot,
Right.
It's just a flat stage. But I'm glad they had the tunnel. It took me a little while to realize, oh, they only have the one. Like there isn't something on the other side.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of cool that there's just one tunnel, but like I'm sure that the tunnel will get upgraded as time goes on and dressed up as time goes on. So you know what I'm saying, I ain't gonna be too chill. That's really all I want. I'm pretty sure the tunnel was one of the many things I say. If you give me that, I won't say shit about nothing else.
But we're still gonna say shit.
Well, we're still gonna say shit about something else, but I'm not gonna sit here and bitch and complain about the stage. Like, bro, they gave me the tunnel. They could have just gave me a tunnel, and that's it, and I would have been like, yeah.
It's the little victories, man, and that's the thing here that we'll talk about throughout, and we'll make sure we hit them because there's a lot going on in this show, a lot leading up to it, a lot of pre-story to what's going on here, as I was just trying to mention. But yeah, the tunnels being there was a definite positive. I do think that as we go into different arenas, we'll see maybe more of a idea of what they're going to do on the regular. Because this is it looks like we're trying for bigger arenas in general, but either way, happy with it. And like Tom and Matt up in the Hammerstein,
Exactly, yeah, Hammerstein. That was the vibes I got. Just like, oh, this really cool views.
And then me being someone who went to the center stage shows a couple times, it kind of looked like a bigger version, a more major version of center stage.
Not as steep. I'm looking at the chat here. Arcade were saying they will keep adding more as they make more. Yeah, no, they're always good about that. I always have loved Anthem's business model. Play within your sandbox, and they do. And then get in the red or get in the black, spend it, get back in the black. Geoff, I have somewhat spoiler. Millard, I think we're on the same page. I think we already have it. We have people blowing us up, and we will mention something after we do the review that might explode. If that's what it is, give me a thumbs up. But we'll talk about it. Explosion. Okay, you look confused. All right. But overall, we're gonna. I thought it was a pretty good look and vibe. The crowd was into it, which I appreciate. TNA all day, which is good, and a great place to start. But we're gonna start with Rich. Now, I said in the past weeks, man. Look, I know everyone. It's not IPWF isn't everyone's bag. But there are some positives out of it, especially when it's done right. But there are some characters out of it as well that you'd be like, they wouldn't be that bad in the real world. Pizza delivery, rapid delivery Pete being one of them. And how cool was it to see Rich Swann in that Flash Funk throwback? That shit was cool as fuck. I don't know if it was a flying Elvis or a Flash Funk, but I was like, damn, Rich coming out here. I love that shit. He's going up. So two former world champions going at it. Against Steve Macklin. Steve Macklin picking up the win here. Back and forth. Rich didn't look weak. And I really like the statement they made with him. We'll allude to the promo later because we won't hit it. We'll just hit it now. He's going to do that, shore that up in the main card as well, doing a little promo. But giving Steve Macklin that statement of, hey, I get it. Everyone's suspect that I'm in the first match. Everyone thinks it's suspect that my wife left. All these things. Here's a statement. I won. I'm here. I'm coming for gold. I like that. Lucha, your thoughts on Steve Macklin picking up the win in the first match?
This was actually the one match on the pre-show that I didn't get to catch.
That's you told me that.
I was dealing with technical difficulties on the Fire TV. The pre-show wasn't showing up. So I was getting a little worried. I'm like, all right, TNA Plus, we're off to a bad start. So I pull it up on my phone. It pulls up on the phone just fine and plays. I'm like, okay, cool. So it's just a Fire Stick. So then I checked it on my Roku. It was straight on Roku. So then I just had to bring Roku in. And by the time I got everything plugged up, the match was over.
I'm going to kick him in the nuts.
A little bit. I even missed... I even missed what followed.
Oh shit. Okay, cool. So we'll talk about that. Johnny, your thoughts on Macklin versus Rich, and then the statement of Macklin. Just
Yeah. I see in the chat here, IO talking about how they hyped it as the first match of the TNA era. I was like, and that's probably like what I was really paying attention to. Like I don't know if I can remember much from the match other than Swan's attire that I later equated to Vegas Elvis. All right.
Oh, it's flying
Vegas
Elvis.
Flying Elvis first
Yeah.
match
That's
TNA.
my thought. Yeah, but yeah, I was just taking in everything, just trying to just look around the venue and just see like how are they choosing to present this versus like what was actually going on in the ring.
Fair. And that's a lot of mine too. It's like all the matches were good. Like I went back and watched something, and they're all great. Like you know what I mean? They're all above average or so they all held their own. So this is going to be more of a opinions and preference kind of thing of who won and all that shit. But yeah, no, I'm there with you. And as you guys were talking about the Flying Elvises, I'm reading my notes because that originally we're going to have a 4-man crew. Max had diarrhea or something. And you guys were going to be the Flying Elvises to my AJ because AJ gets pinned in that first match, right? And look, so Rich Flying Elvises, there we go. I should have fucking known. But next up is the thing I think you're saying you didn't catch either, was the debut of The System. Very TNA group name. Immortal, The System.
I love it.
I do too. I do too, man. I like the faction together. I made a cross the line in case D'Angelo stays for you. Great seeing D'Angelo Williams. Great seeing Lish fit right in there with that group. I really like this shit, man. Lucha, your thoughts obviously on the whole thing and D'Angelo Williams being there.
My heart's happy because D Will is back in the game, and I don't want people to get it twisted to think that D Will will just be like the shit talking manager or whatever. Remember, he was a part of one of the greatest matches in NFL player history.
Fair enough.
So my man can back it up. But nah, I'm hyped for D Will back in the game. Maybe that opens the door for Pac-Man to come through.
Oh shit. I see X-Division champion in D'Angelo Williams' future. Johnny?
I'm with it.
Yeah. I like the presentation for the system. I hadn't seen EY, I think, since he changed up his insurance. Just kind of runs on. But
what the hell are you talking?
Well, are we talking about system versus?
No, just they came out.
The segment.
There was a segment.
The back.
And Treehouse.
Oh, wait. I thought you were talking about
just the group in general.
Pre-show.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I like them together.
Yeah, me too, man. Trust the system.
Trust the fucking system.
Do not trust the system, especially if you live in Canada. Anyways, speaking of not trusting the Canadians, they thought this was a good idea. AJ Francis, which, man, what the balls on this company to give this guy a chance on their re-debut. Look, I appreciate it. I love that they always take reclamation projects, whatever. But what balls to say, you know what? If it was Ryback not available? Like, what was the thing here? And all week I was like, man, they're going to let this dude dive to redeem himself. Luckily, they read the temperature of the room. He was heel. DJ Hookah, I don't want to take away from him because in New York City, that dude plays all the time. He's legit. And he had a very Johnny Fairplay vibe last night. I fucking love that. But yeah, AJ Francis is going to come out and he's the Cheez-Its dude. And Joe Hendry saves the day. He talks about the dive and all the other stuff. So for that reason, it was a good payoff. But we're gonna see them come again in the show, just like I mentioned, what Macklin had a promo alluding to the pre-show, and they get another little thing to say, "We outside" or whatever. I'll let Lucha. I want to know your opinion, and then I'll tell you what my vibe of the whole energy of that was to me.
See, I was hyped because off rip, DJ Who Kid being in TNA 2004 me was very hyped, like the G Unit mark that I was. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So Who Kid coming through TNA, I'm happy. I didn't know what was gonna happen. Like I legit thought that this video was gonna go off without a hitch, honestly. And I was just like, huh, whatever. So the fact that Joe Hendry came out and saved the day, it was like this is the perfect spot for Joe Hendry. Because if Joe Hendry's here going forward, you can't not have the show without Joe Hendry. And who better to pop up on than fucking Top Dollar?
Hey,
my question is,
yeah.
is this song triple platinum? Like, is Joe starting out the year with a platinum hit?
Well, Johnny, your take on that? Did you enjoy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did. I wish the production, like the audio was better, because it's all about. I figured you have to be listening to what they're rapping about, but
Johnny,
but no, it was good. I remember.
Oh, you're talking about the rap song?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I remember.
Gotcha.
Nah. But I remember. Yeah, once Hendry's face popped up, I was like, yeah, that's a good good direction.
Yeah, no, it definitely saved it. Did I say Woo Kid or Who Kid? I know it's Who Kid.
Who Kid?
All right. But yeah, no, I thought it. You know what it felt like in general, and I know this is gonna sound shitty, and I don't mean to shit on the dude. I hope he goes somewhere and does a dive and redeems himself, and everything's great. I mean, he's already got a great career. It's not like it's a pity party. But you remember when Tommy made a joke about who's the guy who does the samba or the Congo line? Jose. No way, Jose. He made a joke about him on an episode, and then like a month later, they were like, I don't know if they had a guilty conscience or what, but they gave him a couple of matches. You know, remember he had that small run with us? It kind of felt like that kind of combined in one night.
It's just No Way, right?
It was No Way. Yeah, it was No Way. Yeah. You know. Anyways, all right.
Good.
We move on, as we do. And this is where we're coming in, Johnny. You got a lot on this one. I know that. This is the System. Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers with Alish versus the TNA Originals. Kaz still rocking the Van Halen pants. I love that shit, the Eddie Van Halens. And EY looking different with the beard, which very well appreciated, pointed out by Johnny. So, Johnny, let's start with you, buddy. The System picking up the win against the TNA Originals. Yeah, I'll stop there.
Yeah. Granted, I haven't watched in the past few weeks, so the System being together, this was all my first time taking it all in. But
all of us.
But okay, good, cool. All right, so that worked. What was the deal with EY's presentation though? Was that new too? Like the theme and everything, like that. I was like, eh.
From his
He's had that since his return at Slammiversary.
His recent one, yeah.
That's right.
But our thing is more as far as EY's appearance himself.
Mm-hmm.
You got anything on that?
Yeah. Nah.
No, okay.
I was just focusing on entrances.
Oh, fair enough. Lucha.
The fact that he's bearded makes me happy.
Same.
Because we're not gonna get the blonde hair back, like especially if we're gonna start to go back to a Showtime route.
Right.
My man ain't gonna go Super Saiyan and pop out the blonde hair. But if he does, he's the greatest wrestler of all time.
He could rock the Bruno, get a wig. He can.
I'd allow it because that would be very Showtime.
It would. That'd be funny. No, so the beard is the other option. The World Class Maniac is the look, yeah. But they're gonna pick up the loss, which, you know, no harm, no foul, because obviously the system's gonna be a thing. Kaz and EY until that night were not on any kind of trajectory together, so no big deal there. But we're gonna go into a big deal. It's Fight Bites. It's the DMC. Johnny's third favorite title, right, Johnny?
Right.
And it's Tommy Dreamer defending against Crazy Steve. There's Forks. There's Tommy and there's Crazy Steve. Lucha, what do you got on that? Happy with the result?
Forks,
yeah.
That Fork spot was crazy.
Okay.
That it wasn't even a bad match. And then I remember Hannah Fan said something about Tommy Dreamer dropped like mad weight from November to now. I forgot what the number was, but
40 pounds.
he did look a little less Tommy Dreamer
What'd you say?
and more.
40 pounds, he said.
Oh, for
Was
real?
it?
I thought you said 4.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
you're an asshole.
Yeah, he was looking a little less Tommy Dreamer and more Tommy Dreamer, and I was kind of impressed by such.
Yeah, I'm happy that. Look, we were there, Johnny and I, obviously, for episode 1000 in Victory Road, and we popped for that moment because it's in New York. You thought he was going to retire. He won. It's a moment, right? Did I want that result in the grand scheme to last this? No, but we obviously weren't going to be defending it much between because we were going to Mexico, all these things, right? So give it. What, Lucha? His longest reign as champion in history.
Long, yep.
So, look, so now I'm happy that it's off him, not because of just pure, like, oh, it's on someone who can get that back to the work rate, sure. But it's more so of just, we can all leave Tommy the fuck alone. like right. I'm glad is getting in shape and all that. That's great. I do want to apologize because I said on the barbed wire pants before that it was like a pizza in there. It is not. It's a polka dot. I noticed that by the yellow polka dot, so it's like barbed wire around the dusty polka dot. Correction on my part. But now we can all go back to loving Tommy. He made the joke about the extender. Let's move on, people. Let's move on. and we shall as well. Because oh, Johnny, do you have some on that?
Oh, nah.
Fork spot.
Just good on Tommy for fork spot was cool. Good on him for losing the weight. I figured the title would change. I didn't have much hopes of title changes in general. That one I seemed to that could happen.
Okay. Yeah, no, we'll get to it. I want to jump too far ahead, but I was the opposite. I thought there was going to be all title changes, so I was happy that, well, not that this changed, but that there were some that stayed, so we'll talk about that. But we're going to go right into something that, I don't know for you guys, but the FBI warning, when it pops up and stays a little bit longer than normal, just a TNA thing to me. So I was like, yeah, all right, let's see. You're out here holding on your breath to see if production's going to kick. Like, if shit's going to... Is it a problem?
Is it supposed to?
Yeah, I always love that. So we're going to get that, and then we're going to go to this EY segment, which I really like the creativity and the fact of doing something that's on the Tron and then into on person, and he's doing it. He seemed to recover from that L 2 segments prior. So I that was kind of weird, especially with some of the match, or one of the matches in particular, that's on the main card. I don't know why the tag couldn't have been after this. Like, here, go pick up an L, now go out there and talk about something over loud music. I thought it was creative delivery. I don't know. It feels like everything now has low voiceover, high music behind it, so you can barely hear what the person's saying. But there were a lot of words. I hope they were paying him by the minute, or by the word, excuse me. Butchered that, but you know what I mean. That's why I don't get paid by the word or minute. But EY segment opening, did it get you hyped? I still was like, okay, cool. I appreciate that. Everyone's staying out there. I thought they were going to stay the whole show for a second. Once again, I was in the treehouse. Bellucci, your thoughts on the opening segment there?
Another moment where you will be disappointed in me. I missed this part as well.
Oh, damn. Okay.
I did. I missed the opening and entrances to the Ultimate X, but I saw the Ultimate X.
Real quick, shout out to the chat. EY looking like Triple H. Io said, critical seeing there is a god. I'm guessing DMC worthy. RK Shuttlesworth. Critical singer. And say, hey, what's up, buddy? And even just like, hey, normal. So Lucha, you missed it. Johnny, you saw it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought I liked the opening package, and it didn't overstay. It did what it needed to. It's just they're just making a statement about how they're back and everything. So whatever, it was good. I don't know. Yeah, I definitely got the Triple H vibes from EY. It's just like, we are TNA. Like
we're back. Yeah. Good on him, man. Look, if it's not going to be, you're going to give it to one of the wrestlers that's there. It makes sense for him to be him. And I thought it was a cool moment. despite the nitpicking. But it's going to go into something I liked, which was different. And they talked about this before of like, because of production upping, like they're going to do, you know, different kind of quicker cuts and all that, or whatever it was that we think's going to happen. But it went straight from the cold open. The cold open? No, it's a package. To then him coming out, to then Tasha's music hitting and her entering and them all still being there. That's what made me think. I was like, are these motherfuckers staying the whole time? But she comes out.
Fight Club.
Right. And then they go and they pan to Tom and Matt and up in the, what we talked about already, the bird's eye, right? The nest. I liked it, man. It was different. It was, you know, it's giving a different presentation to the company. And then right after that, we're going to go right back into introductions. Giselle, Lish, Jody, Danny Luna, then Xia Brookside, who has signed. So I want to know your guys' thoughts. Lucha, you saw the match. Cool. Let's start with you. Talk about Ultimate X, Giselle winning it, and then Xia, am I saying that right? Signing.
I think so. I don't know. Maybe I was just expecting something completely different, but like it felt kind of tame to me. Not a bad match, but like it. I don't know. I must have missed something because it just felt it felt tame as an Ultimate X for me. It would have been a fine multi-woman, but just for Ultimate X, it didn't have that spirit.
Fair, Johnny.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. There's a lot of, you could take the X out of it, and it would have been just a multi-woman match, because there's just lots of turnbuckle spots, you know, versus fighting over the X.
Like I'm going for that thing up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were some. Yeah, there were some moments like that, but overall, you know, I like that they open with this. Obviously, I don't know if it's a logistics thing, or I don't know if that's the right word. But you know, you know, you got this giant apparatus you have to take down eventually, so it makes sense from that in that regard. But also, you know, look, I said this to my cousin who was watching with us, like the first TNA show ever, we opened with women dancing in cages. It's kind of cool to open with 6 women climbing something, trying to go for something, and you know, not even being the championship. Like, I'm just going for a title shot, and adds in a layer. So, you know, I thought it was a cool statement. I thought it was great presentation. But I understand. Giselle winning it. Your guys' thoughts on that? Seeing that, you know, obviously no spoilers, but Jordan's obviously the champion. So Giselle, Jordan is where we're looking maybe, and then Xia signing as well. Back to you, Lucha.
Giselle winning. I was surprised by it, but I wasn't like shocked because like she was like one of the top 3 that I went with. I was actually I was all in on Tasha winning and 2-time Tasha. Yep. I was all for it.
Yep. Same here.
But I'm not mad at Giselle winning either.
And Johnny, this is gonna be a little different for you because you don't watch on the regular, so build up and all that. But there really hasn't been much to watch since you probably watched, you know, around when we were going to Victor Rowan stuff. So what about Xia Brookside? You've watched NXT. Are you familiar with?
I think I've seen maybe just 1 or 2 matches of hers, but so there's the possibility of her getting the win as a shocker, you know, just, you know, with any new names, you know, trying to make some sort of statement. But the winner wasn't too much of a surprise, I guess, in the long run.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I thought the Tasha thing made a lot of sense because she's been kind of cold, hot, and that's, you know, one reason or another, off TV, on TV, break or not. So I thought it'd be great to kind of put her into that stratosphere again, because we are going to need that depth, especially when it looks like Trinity's going, Deanna left, and we're not getting Mercedes. We got Ash by Elegance. We'll talk about that. But, you know, look, Xia Brookside, I'm not going to sit here and lie and say, oh, best signing in the world, never seen a match. What I saw there was something that is positive and could be worked upon. Yeah, sure. She's young. We just signed her to a 3-year deal, which I dig, man. So we're not going to invest in developing her and polishing her and then deuces. So hopefully we get the best out of her. But, you know, you had to do something with either Tasha or Giselle, and we'll talk about what they did with MK Ultra in a second as well. But you needed to do something to puff up that Knockouts singles division. And this was a good start to give Giselle that boost either way. So I was cool with that. Next up, Life Med. I guess that's our new, what do we have, State Farm? No, Direct Auto Insurance. Direct Auto Insurance. We're going to go back to that top dollar spot. And then this is kind of where just, look, I'm not going to give away my grade or anything like that. I had a great time. This was a very entertaining show. Had fun. Have fun talking to you guys about it. Shout out to Dragonstorm12345. What's up, buddy? Nice to meet you. But this is where it got a little mucky here for me. I think we had a little production snafu as well, which 3 months off, hey, what are you going to do? Get better. But we're going to get Dango, Kozlov, and Bravo coming out because they're a thing, and it's going to go against PCO. They get disqualified. PCO, or well, first of all, let's not skip over. So let me give the great credit here too. First of all, I love Dango. He's interesting to me. I don't know if he needs the whole group. That's a different day. But PCO getting reanimated and having the Young Frankenstein font and all that stuff and the studs in his thing, it's TNA. It's a good time. I'm okay with it for that reason. But he's almost going to break his neck here. I don't know if I'm going out of order, but he has a big fall. Rhino comes in. There's going to be and then Santino's going to come, and then Jake Something's going to get called out, and then we get an impromptu 6-man, which I think this could have been on the pre-show instead of TNA Originals in the system. Sure. I don't know why this was here. Besides, they're like, you can't top Ultimate X. They're right, but this was just a clusterfuck for me, and it kind of just was like, oh man, okay. They tried teasing Rhino versus Kozlov, like people were gonna be like, yeah, and no one, like I just, it was a really weird. This was where I started to say, okay, let's lower my expectations here. Lucha, your thoughts on this match?
See, I was fine with this match being on the main card when I first found out because I just knew that this was gonna be when someone came out. Like this was gonna be something was gonna happen. And after what happened, I'm like, yeah, this either could have happened on pre-show or where I was at. Like this could have happened on TV, and then we could have had this 6-man on the pay-per-view, like announced as such. We didn't have to go through this weird mystery layer. Yeah. Especially for the people to be in the match to be people who, like, it's nothing against them, but it's like it's a situation where it's like you, with all the hype that's been coming in from the show, it was like, okay, we debuting somebody in this motherfucker.
Yep. Now I'm right there with you.
Yeah. And we got Rhino and Jake Something over it. It's like, I mean, cool.
Yeah, Jake Something, we all, I don't know if Johnny enough of his work, but we agree, Lucha, that he's going to be a DMC plus champion this year. Like, it just, he fits, he should, he deserves that. But was this a moment to tease? And I don't know, man. I don't know if it felt like a TV thing. I don't know. Johnny, how'd it come across to you?
Yeah, I think if they just stuck with Dango and PCO and let that run out, it would have been a lot more palatable. But yeah, like it just building on it like they did. It's like if there were fresh eyes to the product, they didn't need that. They didn't need that right away.
Yeah, and that's how, we talked about this off air a little bit. That's how I kind of looked at the whole thing. Like I separate my expectations and my AJ thoughts and all these things I had and said, that's me putting that on the show. I'm looking at this from the perspective of I'm a first time or TNA watcher again for the first time or first time in general. I'm turning this on. Are we putting our best foot forward? And that's what I've said about all the announcements, all the belts, everything. I just want to make sure we're putting our best foot forward. And this just didn't feel like it. But once again, that's not against all of the characters involved. I just don't think Kozlov versus Rhino is something we're all like biting our knuckles for in 2024. So yeah, that was interesting choice. And right from there, we're going to, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to get this limo. In retrospect, this limo shot is another nut shot. If you're keeping track at home, because it's not going to be what some perceive to happen. I know I made 17 cross the lines for one Mercedes Moné. during this spot for us, Lucha.
I saw at least
Sassy
6
Benz.
of them. That girl from the Star Wars.
That girl from the Star Wars, Mercedes Guerrero. Damn. But, we'll get to that in just a second. But first, we're going to get an impromptu match that was just, hey, Jade starts announcing it. Tom and Matt are surprised by it. Maybe they really were. I thought maybe pre-show when MK Ultra got the belts, the tag team would challenge them there. I think it was smart not to have them do an open challenge when it was just going to be Decay anyways. But this was just another odd choice that turned into a solid match. Once again, I like Rosemary and Havoc being back in those forms. We do need more people in the Knockouts division, so if this is your way of getting Masha and Kelly to go that route, cool, but this leaves a pretty big hole in the KO tag. Unless Death Dolls are going to wrestle Decay every week, and I don't know if that can, if we have the technology for that. Lucha, though, your thoughts on Decay coming back and winning the tag team titles in this impromptu match on Hard to Kill?
It's crazy that happened because I got off work yesterday and I changed shirts. The only clean TNA related shirt I have in my closet is a Decay shirt that I got from a DPW show. So I'm like, fuck it. It's the closest thing we got. I'll rock it.
That's funny.
So then I hear Decay shit comes out and I'm like, because I had people over and I start freaking out a little bit. I'm like, yo, I swear to y'all, I did not know this was going to happen. Took my hoodie off and showed them the Decay shirt. She was crazy.
Yeah,
and my girl loves Decay, so Rosemary came out as Rosemary.
Yeah,
Pop from her as well, and then they won the belts. Pop from her as well. Pop from everybody. It was a good little situation.
It is something that turned into a positive for sure. And I'll hit you up, Johnny. I just wanted to make a mention of something I talked about in reaction this week. If you give me a top 10, I don't know if it's real, I haven't looked at it, but if you give me 10 people and say, who are the 10 best homegrown products, merch movers and talent and unique character, Rosemary's probably on that list, man, as far as homegrown TNA people. So for them to go back when they go back to TNA, it makes all the sense in the world. Johnny, were you excited? I don't even know if you knew they were the Death Dolls.
Well, so no, yeah, I knew they were still in that prior form, so
okay.
I understood the importance of the return and all. I enjoy MK Ultra, what I've seen, so but if that's the direction they want to go, maybe splitting them up or whatnot, then
so
may as well put it on at the same time as the return. It made sense.
Yeah,
I will miss Jessica.
They defended all the sides, I guess, the show.
Yeah, Lucha.
I will miss Jessica though. I actually thoroughly, I very much enjoyed Jessica.
Yeah, I feel it's a thing that we all were kind of like, but we like Decay, but we got to know different sides of them that we also enjoyed, and then now they have something in the arsenal they could pull out if need be. Speaking of that kind of...
Wait. We are not going to sit here and talk about this match in any capacity and not talk about the horniest counter of 2024.
Oh, you're talking about Rosemary and Killer Kelly?
Man.
I was trying to be good, man.
What? Fuck that. It's TNAIW After Dark, my guy. Real quick. Turn the lights down. Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Yeah. Well, since we're giving all that, since we're pulling pulling our coats open. Look at the Taz strikes again. No, originally when I was talking about the belts and I couldn't think of a comparison, I was like, I mean, it's like I'm still not gonna say it. Just never mind.
So were MK Ultra the longest reigning tag champs?
No.
All female?
Oh.
We have to.
Critical Sting, let us know. RK Shuttleworth said, I am leaving. Oh, man. Look, I don't want them to break up MK Ultra. I do like them together, but if we need people, I understand it. I'm trying to catch up with you guys in the chat. RK Shuttleworth. Bye, buddy.
When did you get back here?
I don't know. I could try to read. But I'm excited to see where the direction goes. What I was getting to with the pulling out of the Arsenal thing and having them back as DK. Su Young's still on that roster page. Bunny is a free agent. Allie's a free agent. Dark Alley, whatever you want to call her. Is there something where this is the reason we're pulling that way instead of just breaking up MK Ultra? So there's different things that could be at play at this. I'm excited to see where it unfolds. I just want depth to it. Maybe these tapings will reveal that. I'm being patient, and either way, it was a good payoff. It was still cool to see Decay and them win. And that music always does get a pop. I did not like, here's what I will say. I know they're trying to smush everything in, but they just come back, they win the titles, they're posing, and he's talking about this NFL alumni shit the whole time. No congratulations, Decay. Yeah, no, I didn't like that.
Yeah, when TNA pay-per-views be gone, they be like, all right, get the shit going.
Yeah.
We got stuff to do.
Yeah. In the chat there, I was saying I was just going to say, is Sue ever coming back? A lot, yeah. Hey, that's a good thing, right? Masha, future Knockouts champion, says Millard. I agree. Dragon Storm saying, yes, the only longer Knockouts tag reign is Young and ODB. Cool. Millard saying, I thought they would have brought Allie back. Yeah, there we go.
They fulfilled your wish of, well, no, they didn't. Never mind. Because your wish is even getting that reign beat.
You know what, man? After the EY came out and, 8 Miled it on that special that probably no one watched, I don't know, and it was like, yeah, I'm the longest tag team reign, ha ha ha. I don't care. Who gives a shit, right? It's 2024. We'll move on. And we will move on as well, for all of our sakes. Right after this, Gia is with Macklin. We already talked about that. And then Scott's going to come out and announce that we're signing with AAA as a partner. Also, breaking news, Lucha, Johnny, and I are signing agreements today to be friends. So that's cool. I just don't get it.
The agreement starts today. This is our first time being friends.
I agree. Our worlds are colliding right now, guys.
God, this feels weird.
Who cares? Is anyone watching? What's up, guys?
Anyway.
But anyway, so we're going to announce AAA. I thought this, and I'm glad I was wrong, was they're doing this to push the fact that Vikingo was going to take this shit. Glad to see Saban keep it. Happy that it was, this was the first match where I was like, okay, even though I love the Decay and Ultra, that stuff that happened there, this was where I was like, we're back on the rails. Let's go. Full steam ahead. Yeah.
TNA was back right here.
Yeah.
From this moment forth, TNA was back.
Thoughts on Saban keeping it?
A welcome surprise. I just knew either Vikingo was going to take it, especially after that AAA announcement and that whole situation.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, shit. But either that or Kushida, who just signed. So, hey, new deal. Here's your fucking X belt. Mm. You know what I'm saying? But surprised that Saban won it. And I'm glad that Saban won it.
Same. Johnny?
Yeah, glad Saban won as well. I didn't go into so much with predictions, but yeah, glad Saban won. And it was very, very much just, can't look away because there was so much going on.
Yeah, it was definitely good. It was definitely a classic TNA X Division match. I dug that. And I don't want to take it away from, I see you guys talking about the AAA partnership there. No, I still think it's a cool thing. It's just like we were in Mexico 2 weeks ago at AAA. So it's not like this is, a foreign thing. I guess it is a foreign thing, but but I do hope it leads to a World X Cup or something like that. I do always enjoy those things. And does it mean more luchadors come up here? That I'm cool with that as well. But I do remember in the thing we had when Anthem first took over partnership with them, and I was okay with it. And it wasn't like anything. I like continuity. I like storyline. So bringing in someone and like we did with Yuya and giving them a story and giving them some play and just being another roster member, I dig that. But borrowing people isn't my bag. But I am looking forward to see if anything else comes out of this. It just also means that AAA, or it means they're our partner, but there are also other partners out there. So you can see their same talent elsewhere, is my thing. Anyway, so Saban takes that. I'm happy with that. And then we're going to go into Josh Alexander picking up a victory over Alex Hammerstone, who, man, this is the kind of talent we need in this company, man. This dude just looked like something we haven't had in a while. He's Brian Cage, but laying it in, and I dig that. But your guys' thoughts on Hammerstone's outing here, Josh picking up the win, and the match in general. Oh, and real quick, the return of the Hellevator in TNA. We got-
I knew that looked familiar because I remember I was just like, okay, who just took that move? All right, who what was supposed to do?
I missed that part, so I just have one
yeah,
question.
such physical.
Did he do the boom
No, he did not.
before he picked it up? You got to do the whole elevator shit.
No.
Get him in the suplex. Boom.
That's why I was okay with it. That's why I was cool with it. But what are your guys' thoughts on the match? And Alex Hammerstone is someone we could keep around.
Please.
I like it.
Like it.
Please.
The match itself, did you guys get your money's worth on that? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. Just trying to get more out of it because it's one of those things, and we always talk about this before we tape these. It's like great match, good match, great match. It's what do you say on it? But it's hard just to pass over Josh versus Alex Hammerstone because if he doesn't stay, it's like what a moment that was. What a damn good punch you in the face kind of match. It's just crazy because we think like Josh is very Bret Hardy. We know that. But when he's pinning an Alex Hammerstone's head is like 3 times the size of Josh's. I was just like, damn, like, let's get this motherfucker in this. I like that.
That match kind of reminded me of like when I played 2K because I played 2K on like incredible difficulty with the computer's reversals at like 100, and like it's every match is epic, even regular matches just supposed to be passable. That match reminded me of that, and I'm playing as Josh trying to put down Hammerstone, and I'm just like, because Josh was emptying the bag on this dude, and then Hammerstone kick out, and it's like, yo, what the fuck?
It was nice. They gave him enough time too, which I respect. I appreciate that because right after this, we're going into that 4-way tag. Of course, we're gonna get taglines first. Appreciate the taglines, but we're gonna get ABC defending and retaining against the Rascals, the Grizzled Young Vets, this is my first look at them, to be honest. And Bailey Bailey and the replacing Trent Seven, Laredo Kid. So unfortunately, no Speedball Mountain.
Was it Speedball Kid?
Sure, I'll take
Laredo
that.
Ball.
I'll take that. But either way, they don't win. ABC retaining, which I dig. Rocking is the RVD or is Bengals? I can't tell what it was, but really cool gear. Dug that. Man, this was a match. I mean, what do you say, man? Lucha, your thoughts? I'll leave it to you.
Man, when I said TNA started with that last match, TNA for sure continued with this tag match because it was like an X Division tag match almost.
Yeah,
I do like the moments where they were trying to get back to Rascals versus ABC, but then the other people would come outside and like, make noise. It's like, yo, get the fuck out of here. So like, I like how they kept trying to like get back to that, but then other shit kept happening. Damn good match.
Yeah,
damn good match.
I appreciate you pointing that out as well because that was one of the important plot lines of that. It's say, hey, we're focused on you, but there's these other motherfuckers like that are bothering our feud here. So I like that, Johnny.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. It's good to see. I'd seen Grizzled Young Veterans when they were in that gimmick, and then they switched over to totally different.
Whatever it was.
Were they the Schism?
Yeah, Schism. Yeah. But yeah, definitely glad to see them back in their element. I think they're a good mix. So I hope they do get signed.
I hope so too. We look like we're on that visa grind. So my question is. And I don't want to make it of who would you rather, but I mean, we obviously the Grizzled Young Vets coming from the UK, and you got Subculture, who Danny signed. They use the Subculture look and words for her Tron there. Do you see them staying around, Grizzled Young Vets, or do you think, or could they both? Or could Subculture come in and both come in? I don't know.
I don't know, man. But if we have to do a Subculture versus Grizzled Young Vets, winner gets a contract match. I'm with it.
In real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm cool with whatever outcome, but
Gut check.
this is gotcha.
A fucking gut check.
Oh
And
man,
then the match goes to a tie, and they sign fucking
both of them.
Oleg Prudius and Alpha Bravo.
Oh, stop. Oh man.
No, I'm cool with Vladimir Kozlov being in TNA like 100%. Like I'm legit. No, like dead ass.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't mind him. I just I'm not gonna pop for him versus Rhino. Next up, we get the debut of Timeless Ash by Elegance. Oh, boo. I don't know. I don't watch AEW. Johnny is someone who shot AEW last night. I don't get she wore a dress. Is that the thing? She has her hair done.
I guess you can't you can't look dressed nice.
Okay, but I'm gonna put that as well. Include that in your answers because I don't know. But it's obviously Dana Brooke coming in here. Teased it. They didn't tease it being Mercedes. I just think the colored hair and the gimmick, or what we perceived. But she's going to come out and it reveals to be Dana Brooke. So are people super excited to see her? I'm not too familiar with her work besides like the original NXT stuff with Emma. So your guys' thoughts at where she's at now? Is this a good signing for the Knockouts? Is it permanent? What's your thoughts, Lucha? Besides that you thought it was Mercedes.
No, that's legit the only thought I got. I respectfully have zero thought on the fact that it was Dana Brooke. Like I saw it was her and I was like, what the fuck? Johnny. I was actually a little ashamed for saying that was Mercedes.
Oh, they thought
for that to be I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
I was gonna say
I put her in the
No, I was just gonna say you seem to have a lot to say, so you.
So I put her in the same category as like an Oleg signing, just like they had their time. I didn't think they would keep going.
Oh, okay.
Like I didn't think she was actively looking for anything, but I don't follow. I'll keep tabs on her.
Okay.
My impression of her prior time was she was a Vince McMahon person.
Okay.
Like she was kept around, I think, for that time. Although I think she did have her NXT stuff, but yeah, it didn't really ever do anything for me. So I'm curious to see, I guess, what they're trying to do. But it was definitely I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, especially as a singles, right? It could be and now everyone's saying I see a lot of people in here saying a blonde woman in fancy clothes is a rip off. Didn't you know? Yeah, I don't know.
But she has Iceman.
Yeah, right. She had Iceman, which was her butler or something. Yeah, I don't know. I don't watch AEW, and I don't know as far as the controversy over that. I'll give anything a chance until it sucks. I always say that. So we'll see where it goes. But if you had it in your mind, I can understand why that was a letdown. But I just wanted to see the temperature on no preconceived notions of who it is. Just is that cool? Are people excited about Dana Brooke or the now Ash by Elegance? Anyways,
I mean, we've seen TNA in the past, or Impact, whatever the fuck. Whatever.
Yeah,
we've seen them in the past take people from WWE that we were like, why are y'all making them a big deal?
Yeah.
And then they turn into fucking Steve Macklin.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna trust the process and I trust the system. So we're gonna see what's up.
You trust it?
I trust the system.
No, I do too. I think they're great at taking. I think you hit the nail on the head there. They're great at doing that, and I just didn't know what the meter was on her prior. But if anyone can, spit shine some things, it's TNA / Impact under Anthem. But we'll see. Yeah, I don't know enough, but I'm looking forward to it. I feel like maybe she's depth play compared to a big signing play, maybe. I don't know. We'll see where it goes, especially with Giselle getting the X. So who knows where she fits in. But she's watching this match, Trinity versus Jordan. And it seems that everyone was, because Bayley and Mercedes were watching the match as well. And it seems they were there just to pick up Trinity after the loss to take her to WWE. I don't know. But Jordan's going to pick up the decisive victory over Trinity. I thought this was a great match. I know Io said that he thought this was Trinity's best match in the company. Good night to have it. But 8 months later, she's out of here. Shout out to Jordan's gear, by the way. Shit's dope, that TNA that TNA look. But Jordan's the champion. And
Rascals had it too. The red and yellow, like I caught a hint of the red and yellow
Red and
with the
yellow.
Rascal shit too.
fair.
I was because at first I was confused. I was like, "Why is everyone shouting out Hulkamania?" And it hit when I saw the logo in the middle of the ring. Oh.
They should have rolled a Abyss out with the ketchup and mustard, and then you would have.
Yeah,
known.
the McDonald's monster.
So
The McMonster Abyss. Okay, I'm done.
but Jordan wins. Trinity potentially leaving. They're going to run it back at the tapings. So your thoughts on all that, Lucha?
The optimist in me is like, I don't think she done, man. I think she gonna stick around. But even if she is gone, we're gonna stick with what we know currently. Up until this point, the Trinity experiment, if you want to call it that, you can't say it wasn't a success.
No.
Because I mean, the crowd didn't turn on her at all, whether in the buildings or even on social media. You know what I'm saying? She always got good reactions. She was getting consistently better and better. She didn't give us the glow in the dark knockouts title, so that's also a positive. You know, so
Yeah. She's also not putting the T in TNA.
That's true. It's not Trinity TNA no more. Maybe. We'll see. But look, I guess this is kind of redemption from the Kenny Omega experiment. You know, we got Kenny under different circumstances.
Yeah, no,
obviously, but
I'm with you, man. Someone made that comparison before, and I think it did the same. But in this case, we were at a different place, so it did even more for us, man. And you know, she crossed the line, despite what people might say, and did boost us. You know, this whole time, 8 months. So I can't. I don't think it's a failed experiment whatsoever. I thought it was, you know, the right thing to bring her in, to showcase her like that. I'm just glad that she didn't beat Jordan and then lose it to somebody else, because I thought that might be the way they go. Johnny, your overall thoughts on the whole thing there?
Yeah, really good match. I think what Trinity was ahead at the end, and I recall that the finish seemed pretty quick. So I like when they do that versus let's kick out of so many finishers, you know?
Yeah.
So that was a nice surprise. The 3 count was like, oh, that was sudden.
It was like a real match.
Yeah, I agree with it.
Yeah.
I agree with it, though.
Yeah, I'll say that too, man. Besides for the wonky places in there that we said, it had a nice look. I was never bored. I was never, I don't want, whatever. We'll talk about everything, but and every match was good to great, if not even better than that. It was just, it felt smooth. It went. It had its, you know, and every match. My point was to what you're saying was every match felt different, including this one. Like you expected one ending, a bunch of and you got something completely different. So it told a great story. And then we're gonna end off the night with the world title being on the line. Alex Shelley, the 3rd longest reigning champion in history, defending and unsuccessfully defending against Moose, the new champion of the system. And Moose coming out with a cape. I love that shit. Rocking a TNA
safety
cape.
pin flag.
Yeah. I loved it, man. But Moose is our champion. Let's start with that. Lucha, Moose is champion. Your thoughts?
Moose is champion. Everything just seems right. And then you just got to look at, because I'm not even to like ignore Moose. I'm looking at who's coming at him. You know what I'm saying? We got Josh, who's got history with him.
Yep.
We got Shelly, who's got a rematch clause. You got Saban, the fucking ex-champ.
Macklin.
Forget about that. Macklin,
who has history.
Who's got history with him. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So there's the reign is going to be interesting for Moose, because we got all these different directions to look at. And then who... Isn't he in a match with Okada also?
Oh, the 6-man. Yeah, that's interesting. Interesting. Johnny. Yeah,
I didn't have really much feelings, I guess, either way on the finish. But I was just waiting for, you know, whatever big moment that we'll talk about shortly.
Yeah.
But overall, solid match. Glad. more I see of Moose, I enjoy.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I really ever pay much attention.
Fair.
A lot of times, yeah.
Fair. Yeah, man, he keeps leveling up. Looks great. It's great to have a heel be champion. Look, no, that's no disrespect to Alex Shelley, and it goes for all the champions. Just a fresh start or a different look at the landscape is beneficial to from where TNA is starting right now. So having Shelley, who locked it down for us or held it down for us this whole time when we were in a weird spot, nothing but respect there. But to have a fresh start, to see a new champion and see automatically who his contenders can be, as Lucha just pointed out, I think is a smart move, man. And with Moose and this group, there's so many ways they can go, including the reveal right after, which was Nic Nemeth, the wanted man, Dick Zipper.
Fuck all that, yeah.
The show closer.
The show closer
with the
Dick
zip zap.
Zipper. Nikki Braggadocio?
Nicky Braggadocio.
Braggadocio.
With the knick-knack paddywhack. Let's go.
With the knick-knack paddywhack.
Zip
zap.
Give your stupid. So Nic Nemeth, I don't know if this is the Worlds Collide. Was that it? Was it AAA? I don't really know.
I think AAA was.
Oh.
I was hoping, but yeah, I didn't know what to make of it, because then they threw in the whole Ash Elegance tease, and then when that didn't pan out the way you thought it might, it's like, all right, holding on to hope for something here.
What's really going on here?
Yeah,
but we got it. We got Nic Nemeth. What were your thoughts on it being him?
I was just glad. Oh, go ahead, John.
Kurt Angle vibes, as far as like just if you need like one snapshot of like, oh, this big moment, it's him in the t-shirt.
Oh yeah,
that's all it had to be. Yeah.
That'll go down. That'll be used like those moments where we've mentioned all the time. Those Elix and all those things that you use to put together a package. It's a big moment.
Let's fucking go.
That I was just glad that the crowd bought in, and really got hyped with it, because that could have it
went sideways.
Yeah, that could have. Yeah.
Well, he worked for it. He was he was telling people to get the fuck out and stuff.
He was. So this is wrestling's weird, and things don't work the same way they did fucking 5 years ago, for that matter. So does him ripping off the shirt to reveal the TNA shirt, is he signed? Is that what we're getting at here?
I mean,
or is he just here for the moment and he's got a TNA shirt because I'm in TNA, and I mean, Shop TNA is selling shirts, but we also got a Kenta shirt, on the site too, and we ain't seen Kenta since BFG. So what are we doing? What does that mean? I need clarification.
Fair. Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't know, man, because
Johnny wearing a TNA shirt,
he signed,
right?
No,
yeah, Johnny the hell.
No, because they said we're on the goal line.
I take it as a signing, man.
You didn't take it as a signing. My
yeah, I do.
Oh, you do.
It's ownership.
Oh, we're losing Johnny a little bit.
Brand.
You're freezing a little bit, buddy. But the words "we're on the goal line of signing someone." You needed to sign someone, so I'm really hoping. Hey, Johnny's back. Hopefully he's signed. I hope he is. It would be really silly for them to do that, but we also say we signed Trinity, and here we are 8 months later. So signing doesn't mean anything. We signed Nick Aldis, and he lasted to Bound for Glory. So we got to look at it. But I would hope they would not make a statement like that and not back it up. So the Worlds Collide, was it an oversell? I don't know. I think just everything hyped up to once we kind of let ourselves go. Same time, they got to maintain it as well. You can't throw all these things in.
Put us in a direction.
Yeah. You can't release an AJ documentary right beforehand. No. But overall, I'm happy with it. I'm excited to see him there, because no matter what you think of him, he's on a different level, and he's going to put on bangers with every person he wrestles. And it's not been a while. We have a lot of people like that. We got the Baileys, we got the Joshes that will go put out a banger every match. But to add another dude with some credibility that can come right in and play that's special, man. So I'm excited for that, and that really not saved the pay-per-view whatsoever for me, but it definitely put a cherry on the top or a bow. And I don't know where you guys were at, but let's give our ratings, and you guys let us know as well there in the chat. But Lucha, what grade you giving this?
Because I don't want to let this be any sort of indication towards how I felt about the show. Because match per match card quality was top tier. Everything that they showed me was fire.
Mm-hmm.
But like you were saying, I kind of feel like they didn't fully lead us into a certain expectation, but they didn't tell us to chill out.
Yeah.
At the same time, you know what I'm saying? It was almost borderline Slammiversary 2020 type. You never know who's gonna show up. I mean, people showed up, and that made it fire. But
yeah. So what are you giving it?
I'll give it a very strong B+.
Johnny,
just because of that fact.
I'm rolling with a B+ as well. It was the only thing that was kind of was the Oleg, the whole Dango and expanding 6-man, expanding on that. But other than that, good solid, entertaining, worth your money.
That's there you go. Get it in there before you get cut out of the feed. Yeah, no, I'm with you guys. B+ for me as well. And from top to bottom, I thought it was a very entertaining show. Like I said, and I jumped a little early, but not a single moment was I bored. I was entertained the whole time, but at the same time, I wasn't jumping out of my seat. And do I think they led with their best foot forward for a company trying to gain fans? I don't know about that. I think time will tell, but I think all that matters is that the buzz and everyone seems for the most part to be happy about it, because like any show, and I've said this, since they were rolling into this, all they needed to do was be themselves and sprinkle some stuff in and it'll go well. And I think that's what they did. Did they hit it out of the park on everything? Hell no. We mentioned a couple. They were ballsy in some shots that I just didn't think needed to be tried. But other than that, I'm looking forward to what's to come from them, and that's a good place to be. So I'm going B+ on that. And there's a lot of things going to come and feel full circle when it comes to the tapings, because like I said in the beginning, we're looking past, well, we're not looking past, but we got the belts before the show. We got, some things, some of these announcements like Xia Brookside. If she just came out, maybe we wouldn't have popped, but some people have been more excited if she just came out. So there's a lot of things we got announced before. Alex Hammerstone. I thought they did a good job of delivering a very entertaining show for 4 hours, because that's exactly what it was. So, and we're going to get a lot of these tapings. So speaking of which, we'll get some answers on some things, including who signed and who isn't. But one of the things we talked about in the beginning and alluded to is XPlosion coming back. That's not a spoiler, I don't think. Is it taking the place of BTI? I would imagine so. I imagine they would only give a little more budget to BTI and make it XPlosion compared to add a whole new budget and make XPlosion and BTI. But I think it's smart, especially with them bringing in, we don't know the roster yet, but bringing in a lot of new people. Having another avenue to get some of your older faces on there that might not get the same, of that 90 to 86 minutes of Impact Weekly. Lucha, your thoughts when you heard the news?
Sorry, that came out of nowhere.
That's right.
Yeah, I was. I'm cool with it. I mean, I wasn't. Now, am I gonna watch XPlosion every week? Probably not, unless they put Spin Cycle back in. For all the TNA OGs that remember Spin Cycle. If they drop Spin Cycle back, I might watch that shit every week. Anyway.
Who's hosting it? Gia? Josh?
Jade.
Who? Oh, Jade. Jade.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gia, because Gia's got to be one of the guests that's on every other week. That's a fan favorite. Yeah. Her and Ace got to be bickering the whole time, which makes it funny.
No, yeah, little winks like that. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Johnny, you don't give a shit.
I mean, what does that mean for the formatting, really?
Right.
Like, does Explosion, doesn't that include some behind this, or, featurette some people?
Yeah.
It did. I think Explosion was like a match or two, maybe even three. They were mostly quick. And then they had shit like Spin Cycle, which was like, what, 4 or 5 minutes. And then there's like recap and shit.
Yeah. But who
Now,
knows what the
Geoff,
format will be here? Is it just BTI with more matches? Is it, so there's, who knows what ways they're going to go.
if it's that and it's BTI with more matches, just to make you roll your eyes one more time.
Was Ronda Rousey hosting it?
Nah. It's just opening the door for something else. My damn trios division.
Oh my God, Lucha.
Yeah.
Let's master these belts first. Let's. I mean, hey, look. Let's see how many people. If we have more time to put more matches on, that's always been my thing. Let's treat each belt with respect instead of just saying, "Hey, these guys have some props," and we have some divisions that could use some solidifying at these next tapings. Let's see where we're at before we get there. But hey, man, if they're as pretty as the belts, despite us nitpicking them, because we had to for the segment, I'm for it. So I'm not going to be against 3 more beautiful belts or 1. 3 more.
One set of
3 belts. But guys, I see you guys talking there. What about reaction? Critical Sting says everyone's saying it was a fun show. I was expecting a little bit more than we got, but it was a great show anyway. No, I think that's the temperament of everybody. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still, if you told us 2 years ago, oh, Dolph Ziggler will be there and, this will happen. We'll have a tunnel and we'll be in the Palms with a sold out 2,500 or whatever it was. Yeah, okay. So, hey, we're happy, man. TNA is back. But this is just the beginning. And I think that's an exciting point, but it's also an obvious point that this isn't the final product. There's going to be more. There's going to be, these tapings are going to be sick. I see someone asking who will show up at the tapings. Even if the people who are advertised just show up, and Ospreay and Okada, I'm a happy camper, man. Including Ziggler, who will be facing Nemeth, who will be facing Wentz. So going into these tapings, Lucha, Dick Zipper. As we go into these tapings, and we'll end it off on this. What are you looking forward to the most playing out over the next couple weeks?
What's next? No Surrender?
Yes, because of the Bayou thing, right?
Yeah. I mean, shit. Why keep stuck on one time frame? Like we got a pay-per-view, not a pay-per-view, but like a whatever the fuck.
Premium
No
live
Surrender
event,
is next month, and I'm interested to see in how that card's gonna start to shape up already, and the reaction from this week here. There's a lot of shit.
Yeah, a lot of loose ends. Johnny.
I guess just really what Nemeth is, how that's gonna go, and just how exclusive they're trying to make him.
Yeah, that's the thing is there's so many loose ends like that are all going to be exciting once or may not be exciting, but should be exciting and make it for exciting television when he signs a contract in the ring, if that's how it happens. Or if we reveal after this week on Hammerstone they do agree to a contract, do they announce it then? So there's so many cool things that they can show us in this tapings that, look, we just signed Xia Brookside. How do we use her? Danny's new to the scene, even though she's been around. How do we introduce these people? How do we introduce them to our audience? I'm excited. And there's a lot of talent. So just look out for some exciting tapings, and we'll be around. We'll do some reactions, and we'll keep you updated on the future here. But as for today, I hope you guys stuck around and had a good time. We had a good time, and we were just 3 friends shooting the shit in the treehouse. But I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you guys left with a good taste. I hope you left the show with, the same. We enjoyed it. But we were... Oh, am I supposed to... All right. Guys, I got anything else? You got anything else?
Hey, thanks for watching.
Yeah, this good old Treehouse edition. Shit always goes off the rails, and we love it. That's why we're here.
Yeah, and we love... keep going.
No, just shout out Diamond Villains. Happy birthday to the homeboy Nazo. You know,
Happy
TNA.
birthday. TNA. Yeah, guys, keep repping TNA. As we said, since day one of doing this, the point of this is was to shine a positive light on what at the time was a dying brand, man, and build this one fan at a time, one friend at a time, build a community, get together and support something that I love since June 19th, 2002. So I appreciate you guys doing that with me. I hope you guys that are new to the company, give it a chance and see these tapings, see how they play out with an open mind and opinion. And make sure if you don't like what we said or babbled on about or our stupid dick and fart jokes, there are tons of other TNA content creators out there. Make sure you go check them out, support them, because if it's not us, let it be someone else. Keep building this brand, but at the same time, be honest with yourselves and the product. Don't just be a yes or no man. All right.
And I mean, also going in 2024, man, we're gonna restore the feeling. Not that feeling. Not that feeling.
Oh, okay.
No.
Little
We
Shane
need to
Douglas.
restore the feeling of watching this shit and being fans and not even have to worry about trying to be a reporter on it or whatever. Even if we do have a show, just bring that fan energy.
That's a great point.
You know what I'm saying? Let's bring it back to, us talking on the school bus with the homies about what happened on wrestling the other night. And
did you miss those days,
that
man?
back 24. Yes.
Just shooting the shit, not caring about your opinion if anyone else heard it. That's a great point, Lucha, and we'll be making that over the next couple weeks. But I want you guys, and I beg you, man. We don't know how long he's here for or whatever, but he's obviously going against Wentz, and he's gonna be with us for a little bit. I don't want this to be a Trinity or insert person situation or a mega situation here where we look back and say, damn, I missed the fun of it because I was so worried about, they should have put him with this person. They should have done this with him. He's not fully... Let's just enjoy some shit, man. And I'm sure we could get back to that vibe. But I want to thank you guys for joining me. I want to thank you guys for joining me. Check out what's going on here, there, and everywhere. Shout out to Buddy Craig. Love you guys. Thank you for coming out. Thank you to the chat, by the way, for lighting it up. Those who did stay around, Millard, Io, Critical Sting, I see in there. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for coming out. God bless and good night. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.
TNAIW. We are nonsense.